Yeah. All right. So let's answer a few questions for you. Lots of questions. First of all, I want to go back. Last weekend, we had a few questions that did not get answered. As you know, I came running back for Anita's question at the end because I felt so bad not answering her. But there were still other questions that needed to be answered. So I'm going to answer a few from then. And then we had a few more that came in tonight. And then Galit is asking a question right now. Let's see. Maybe I can answer Galit's question. I have to hit see more here. Okay, Galit, let me see what your question is. Okay. Galit says, I pump about an ounce a week so that we can give a bottle. But after that, I end up with an overproduction and already quick letdown. Noah ends up choking on my milk, overeating, and then spitting up a ton. Need suggestions, please, on how to prevent this. And worried as I need to to keep storing, concerned that that you'll have even more overproduction. Yeah, Galit, I know you make a lot of milk, so you already have that issue to begin with. If you start pumping extra, once a week, not an ounce. What are you saying? Okay, you pump once a week so that you can give a bottle. Okay, I have to say I don't really think that it's going to be the pumping that's causing your overproduction. You're talking about a little bit. Now, I would say that if you were just trying to get the baby to take a bottle, are you doing this to store milk? I'm trying to figure out, so you can give a bottle, but you also want to store milk. Is that what you're doing, Galit? Because if you're trying to just get the baby to introduce a bottle, you're getting the baby used to the bottle, then what I usually recommend is no more than half an ounce one time a day, like first thing in the morning. Breastfeed the baby, pump a half an ounce, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. Milk supply is a little bit lower at that point, always a little bit lower. Feed the baby that half an ounce from the bottle and then finish at the breast so that you're not interfering too much. If you're trying to produce more milk then and pump extra for storage, then I would say that just a little bit every single day is the best way to do it. I would just pump like maybe 1 ounce extra per day to store. Give yourself enough time before you're going back so that you don't have to do too much at one time. But because you're so oversupplied, if you do a lot of extra pumping, that is going to cause you to be much fuller. Much fuller at the beginning of the feeding. Another thing you might want to consider is, since you're so full and the letdown's so hard and the baby's having a hard time taking it, you might want to do a little bit of like a half an ounce of pumping right before the feeding, just to relieve a little bit of that pressure so that there's not such a heavy letdown and you're still able to get that little bit of milk out. The key here is to make sure that you're giving yourself enough time so you don't have to pump large quantities of milk all at once. I'm not really sure if that's what you're asking me, Galit, but I think that's what you're saying. I think slowly is what you want to do. Make sure that it's slowly, and you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, give yourself enough time and try pumping just a little bit at a time. Awesome. Yay, congratulations. She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. I can't wait to see her. Okay, let us answer some questions that everybody submitted here. One is from Jennifer. This was from last week. Jennifer asked, ways to get her mouth wider to get a deeper latch. Yes, we need hearts. Okay, you guys remembered. Hearts for Galit. That answered the question. Okay, good. Hearts for Galit. This is the rule here on our live streams and our Q&As. Whenever I answer a question and we're finished with the question, we always give hearts and love to the mama who asked the question, whether it's the mama or daddy, but usually the mama. Hearts for the mama and hearts for me for answering and hearts for you for being the best audience ever. So hearts to Galit. Kisses to Galit. Okay, Jennifer asked, ways to get her mouth open wider to get a deeper latch. Okay, one of the ways that you want to get the baby's mouth open wider is, first of all, you want to work with the baby's natural reflexes, okay? And so when you rub your nipple against the baby's lips or cheek, that's going to stimulate the baby to open wide, okay? So the baby will open wide, and that's when you want to go put the baby onto the breast. You don't want to bring, sometimes people will go to latch when the baby's starting to suck ahead of time, so the mouth is closed, and then what's happening is the baby gets right to the tip of the nipple and starts sucking on the tip of the nipple and drawing the nipple back. That's going to be painful because obviously the nipple has to stretch pretty far. What you want to do is try to wait and, hold the baby's head and wait until the baby, by rubbing the baby's lips and cheek, wait for that mouth to open up. And when that happens, bring the baby onto you nice and fast, okay? Fast and open, and also sort of hook the nipple into the mouth. So you're kind of coming to, so imagine this is the nipple and this is the baby's mouth. You don't want to come like this to the nipple. If this is my animation of nipple and mouth, okay? So you don't want to come this way to the nipple. What you're trying to do is wait for the baby to open wide, and once the baby does, you're going to hook the baby's lower lip on and then bring the baby's upper lip on, okay? That's going to create a nice wide latch, and also it's going to get the nipple far back in the baby's mouth so that the nipple's not being sucked on directly, okay? Think about it. When your baby sucks on the nipple has to, the tip of the nipple is way back between around where the soft and the hard palate meet. And if you feel with your tongue, feel all the way back to where the hard palate ends, that's how far back the nipple's getting pulled. So if they have to suck it back, it's gonna hurt. If you could get that nice wide latch like that, what's going to happen is you're already starting off with the nipple far back, okay? And that is going to make it easier. So you're saying, oh, Jennifer's here. Okay, Jennifer asked the question. Good. Yes, that's what she does. She will not open no matter how much I rub her lip or cheek. Okay. Sometimes what you have to do is kind of hold their mouth a little bit, kind of open their mouth for them and get the nipple into there. Okay. But sometimes you got to be patient too. They will open. It's just that they need to be patient. You need to be patient. Sometimes skin to skin with the baby will stimulate those natural reflexes in the baby, okay? You're not having any pain. Just feel like it's not far enough back. Okay, good. So that's a whole different issue. So what you're going to do is once the baby is on the breast, Jennifer, if you feel like you feel like it's not far enough back, hold the baby closer to your breast, okay? Sometimes if you don't hold the baby close enough, the baby's mouth can close. When the baby is brought closer to the breast, they're kind of forced to keep their mouth open. This will create a wider latch. This is also important if you have babies that are biting or like clamping down on the nipple, holding the baby really close. Now, the way that you do that is to make sure that the baby's head is angled properly, because if the baby is coming straight to the breast and you're not holding the head properly, you're going to try to keep the baby farther away so they can breathe, right? You're going to be worried about their nose. But if you angle their head, and many of you have watched my Simply Breastfeeding class, and I go over this very specifically, okay? Actually, with this baby, okay? Who's watched that class? If you've watched Simply Breastfeeding, I want to know. If you've watched my Simply Breastfeeding class, let me know. Hi, Jessica. Okay, you have? You've watched it a few times. Joe edited the last one. He sat and listened to me talk for hours. He's always sat and listened to me talk for hours. So you've watched it. Excellent, Angie. Okay, so you remember this. Remember this chapter when I talk about latch and position, and when you're bringing the baby's head to the breast, okay? You're not bringing it directly like this is the breast. You're not bringing the baby directly like this, okay? If you bring the baby directly like this, what's going to happen? What's going to happen is the nose is going to be pressed into the breast. They can't breathe. Their neck is going to be bent down, okay, which means that they can't swallow well, all right? So you're going to bring the baby to the breast and then angle the baby this way. So their chin is buried, okay, but their nose is not. Their nose should be, there should be a little bit of space, but the nose should be just touching the breast like that, okay? If the nose is too far away, you're probably not holding the baby close enough to the breast. If the head is angled right, you can really smush the baby to your breast, okay? That'll force the mouth open further. That'll force the nipple farther back in the baby's mouth, which is what you're talking about, Jennifer, while still being able to allow the baby to breathe and to swallow. Okay, so this is a very important, and for those of you guys, and I just saw a whole bunch of you say you watched the class, you know what I'm talking about, that little bit of an angle, the difference that this to this makes in being able to breastfeed properly, to get the right latch, to not be in pain, to make the feedings more efficient where the baby actually swallows easier, the milk ejects easier, they're leading with their tongue instead of their hard palate. There's so many different reasons why that little bit of an angle of the head is going to make the difference. Okay, so Jennifer, I hope that helps you. I would say that if your baby is not opening their mouth when the baby's on the breast, hold the baby closer. That would be my guess as to what is actually happening. Okay. Hearts for Jennifer, and luck for a wider mouth there. Hope for a wider mouth. Hearts for, yes, you're welcome. Try more. Yeah, she's your first girl. So she wants to be different and give me issues. Congratulations, first of all. And yes, you got a girl who's going to do what she wants. Okay, so there you go. You'll see she is a little bit different. I know I only have girls, so all I know is different, but congratulations, Jennifer. Fantastic. 5th baby. Woohoo. Wonderful. Look at all those hearts. Yay. Okay, next question. Let's move on here. Next question came from Crystal. This was also from last week. Crystal asked the question, my baby is 3 months old and has never really liked my left breast. It has a flat nipple compared to the right. I mostly pump and feed because of latch problems early on. Should I still pump milk for my left breast or should I just let it dry up? Well, good question here. Now, the thing about, there's two sides to this. Can the breast dry up on one side, and is it possible to continue breastfeeding exclusively from one side? Absolutely. You can do that. And sometimes people do that not by choice, and sometimes they do it by choice. Okay. I've had moms who, by choice, let one breast dry up because they had recurrent mastitis or recurrent plug ducts on one side. Where the other side, they're doing fine, they're making enough milk, they let one side dry up. I've had babies that completely reject one side, as you're talking about, and only nurse on the other side. That was me with my first baby. My first baby, Jade, she completely rejected the left breast because it didn't make as much milk as the right. Okay, so one side was the producer, the right side made twice as much milk as my left side. She completely stopped nursing on the left side, and within a few days, my milk supply dropped so much that I eventually just breastfed on the right side the entire year that I was nursing. So it is totally doable. Now, if you are mostly pumping and you do have milk on your left side and she's not latching on that side, I would not recommend that you just let it dry up right now. She's only 3 months old. You may be making enough milk from the right side, but you don't know if that's going to stay like that moving forward. I would continue to pump from both sides. Let both sides continue to make milk. You don't want to interfere with your supply at all if there's no reason to. Even if she's not latching to it and you're pumping from it, that's okay. At 3 months, I would not recommend doing that for no reason. Okay, so there's my answer, Crystal. Keep going. See what happens in a couple months. Maybe when she's 6 months, when she starts to eat solids, you can reevaluate and see, do you really need both sides right now? But if it's not a problem and you could put pump on and pump from both sides, I would do that. All right. Hearts for Crystal, who waited a whole week for that answer. So hopefully she sees this and she realizes that I did come back for it. I like to answer all your questions. You guys have a lot of them. I try to get to as many as I can. All right. Bye, Jess. Good to see you. So happy you were here. All right, excellent. We've got some old students here. You know what we got tonight? We've got like all the new people. Look at all these hearts. Yay. I feel them like hugs and kisses, so thank you. Kate, you will let her know. Kate, that's your job, right? That is your job. Go let Crystal know that her question was answered. I appreciate that. Yeah, tonight we have all kinds of people. I'm seeing new people. I'm seeing people who took, Jessica would took all of my live classes, Galit. So we've got people from everywhere here in New Jersey, friends of mine, family, the best community in the world. Okay, and now, oh, Joe's handing me the phone again. More messages. He knows how much I love your messages. He knows, like it makes my, community. It speaks to community. It really does. Okay. Right there. Okay, this is from Melissa. Okay, hey ladies, exclusively pumping mom. My 2-month-old just started to latch the last 2 weeks. Thank you for all your advice and help. Fantastic. Oh, I have goosebumps. Melissa, that's awesome. That is awesome. And it is from everybody's amazing advice and support and help. I have to tell you, a couple weeks ago, we started the My Baby Experts private Facebook community, and that is a private Facebook group just for my students. So if you've taken any of my classes, any of my online classes, any of my classes in person, you are invited to join us for that group. And you know, of course, it's wonderful for me to be able to interact with you guys there, and I do. And, you know, I'll flip on the camera if we need to answer somebody's question, and we'll talk, and we're going to do more moving forward. But the best thing, I have to tell you, the best thing I have seen out of that group, and it just makes me so happy, is to watch the amazing support between all of you guys. The support that everyone's giving each other in such a safe space where it's just like you're free to ask or talk about anything that you want. It's not getting posted onto your Facebook wall. It's private. And you know that everybody there has basically been through the same thing as you, or they're going through it. I couldn't ask for anything more. This was the whole reason that we created it. This is the whole reason that I wanted to be a part of it. I'm there with you. And I'm just so proud of all of you and what's going on with that group. So we're going to just have more and more fun with it. And there's more people that are going to be joining us. And I just have really high hopes for what this does. And reading these messages tonight, I know that's what's coming out of it, because that's the community. That's what we need. A lot of us are very isolated. You know, we're in our homes, and thank God we have the amazing internet, amazing Facebook to do this together. I mean, really, it's given us this huge resource that didn't used to be there. I think back to, right, Joe, when we had our kids. Yeah. Are you coming over here? Yeah. No, Joe's coming to join. Yeah. All of a sudden I saw him, like, what is he doing? Here he comes. All right, there's the man.
Hi, everyone. So, who's in the community? Say I am. And who would like to be, who hasn't watched class, because we'll give you it tonight.
No, he's giving mood tonight. So if we give you one, yeah, if you guys want to watch a class, you just need to tell me which class you want to watch. Okay, so there's 3 courses. You can either watch Simply Breastfeeding, Breast Pumps and Briefcases, or the cloth diapering class. And any 3 of those classes, there you go. That's, yeah. Hi, Joey. So any one of those classes, you could tell me you want to watch them, and Joe is going to give away 2 classes tonight.
I'm going to pin up the link in a sec.
Mm-hmm.
So
go ahead.
I just want to say have a happy holiday. Obviously, we'll say goodbye later, but it's nice to see you guys. Bye.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Joe's been working with me with new moms and dads we've been working together how long? 15 years, almost 15 years. I cannot even believe I just said that. 15 years since he left his career and his job to come work with me on this mission to support new parents. And we've been doing this together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for the last 15 years in many different capacities. And when we used to teach in our learning center, Joe and I would teach together. Many of you have actually taken those classes where Joe and I taught those classes together, and they were amazing. So yeah, hopefully we're going to be doing that again soon. We're going to be teaching some live classes again soon. Some of them in New Jersey. So if you're in New York or New Jersey, you'll be able to come watch and take classes with us again. And some of them are going to be online, live, so that we can do some streaming live classes together on different topics. It looks like my voice is a little delayed, so I hope the internet is holding up here. Yeah. Am I choppy? Am I choppy? Yeah, the audio is messing up on your, it's not yours. I think it's mine. I think it's mine. We just can't seem to get the internet right. I don't know. All right, let's get back to some questions here. Lots of talking. Okay, this came from Andrea. Andrea asked, do you have any advice for a baby with colic? I'm chopping up here. Am I good? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Give me thumbs up if you can hear me. Is it working? Is the audio working? I can't tell. I'm going to keep on reading. Okay. Baby with a little chop. Yeah, I can see it. I can see that. Do I have any advice for a baby with colic? Every night from 11:30 to 1:30 is when it is happening. We've tried changing up his routine. No matter what we do during this time frame, we can't get him to calm down. It breaks our hearts that he's crying nightly. Okay. So the baby's crying every night from about 11:30 to 1:30. She didn't mention, Andrea did not mention how old her baby was, but I want to say a couple things about that. There is something that happens to a baby starting around 2 weeks of age, and it's and progressing up until about 6 weeks of age, and getting worse until then. So around 2 weeks is when they start to get this fussiness. And it tends to happen in the evening hours. In this case, it's happening later in the evening, like late at night. That fussiness, and it continues to get worse up until 6 weeks, where it actually peaks. And it's like at its worst, where for many, many babies, even if, when this whole idea of like, what is colic? It's this inability for the baby to self-soothe. And so for those first 6 weeks of life, especially around 2 weeks of age, starting then, you'll see this start to happen. And who's noticed that witching hour, that evening hours when the baby's really fussy and crying and uncomfortable or seeming to be uncomfortable, that's very normal. So I'm very curious as to how old Andrea's baby is. And I would probably, oh, it's choppy. Okay. I would probably bet that the baby's around 6 weeks old. All right. 6 weeks old, is going to have that real fussy time. Couple things that you can do when that's happening is one, allow the baby to nurse frequently during that time. The nursing will actually help to soothe the baby, but also you can try swaddling a little bit too. So using a swaddle, helping the baby to soothe, all the things that that will help the baby to soothe. Swaddling the baby, shushing in the baby's ear, holding the baby sort of in front of you like this. This is a really good position. Hold the baby facing outward. Let me see if I can get this a little bit down here like that. Okay, so holding the baby this way where the baby's head is resting on your arm, and you're putting a little bit of pressure on the baby's belly and leaning the baby forward and sort of doing this kind of movement and a rocking like this, okay? That usually helps the baby to really calm down. It really helps their bellies, and it makes them just feel better. It's not really so much that they're having pain, it's that they are unable to soothe themselves. What also happens is throughout an entire day, where the baby may not be sleeping well, you got to make sure that your babies are sleeping well during the day, because if the babies are not sleeping well during the day, they are going to have a harder time sleeping at night. And so very often in the early weeks, your baby will wind up sleeping during the day in the living room with all the noise going on. Everybody's holding the baby, the TV's on, whatever's going on. And people will hear this all the time, like, let the baby get used to lots of noise. It's not a really good idea in those early weeks, because what happens is the baby does check out. The baby tries to sleep. The baby looks like they're sleeping, but they're never really getting a good quality sleep during the day. And what that does is it makes the baby very overtired when the nighttime comes, okay? So if the baby's not getting good, deep sleep during the day, they're not actually going to sleep good at night. So this whole idea of keeping them awake or getting them used to noise is not a great idea. The baby needs good sleep during the day. So a nice, quiet, dark room, preferably with you sleeping too, but being able to get into that nice relaxed state where there's not a lot of noise, not a lot of chaos going on. The baby needs that in order to get good sleep in the evening, okay? Because babies get overtired. Children get overtired. And when they're overtired, they don't just crash like we do. They get cranky, okay? So that's one of the reasons. And then the other reason is just age. It could be that it's just that time, 2 to 6 weeks of age, past the due date. You'll actually see it adjusted for preemies so that, say your baby's born 2 weeks early, it'll start around 4 weeks past the due date. If your baby's born a little bit post dates, you know, it could happen right from the first week. So it has to do with how old the baby is in relation to their gestational age and when their due date was, okay? Hopefully it's going to pass soon. You posted, oh, he posted, okay, Joe posted this is a link to one of the My Baby Experts web TV shows that we did a couple years ago on calming your fussy baby. Actually, I think I did that one by myself. A whole episode on calming your fussy baby. This is actually going to be a class that we're going to be teaching live online. It's called Predict, and it's a class all about your baby, including burping, including all these calming techniques and everything else. We're going to be doing that one live, but there's a bunch of really good techniques in that episode in the link that Joe just gave you for calming your fussy baby. Yeah. Okay. Next question. This question is from Ruth. Ruth said, is there a phase at 4 months where the baby cluster feeds? I have a nearly 4-month-old off by 10 days who's been nursing every hour. She has an ear infection right now and is drooling a lot. The only reason I asked this is because mama could use some more sleep, but baby seems overtired, so we're just having some struggles. Okay. Yes, so the normal growth spurts occur somewhere between 2 to 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months and 6 months, but that's just on average, okay? So it could be that the baby's going through a growth spurt, doing some cluster feeding because of that. But from everything else you're describing here and, you know, this idea that the baby has an ear infection, not sure about that. I'm wondering if the baby's teething. Lots of drooling, cluster feeding, and ear pain or ear infection. I'm just wondering if it could be teething. My first baby had her first teeth at 4 months old, so it could really be teething that's happening, and that could cause cluster feeding. They're uncomfortable. They want to suck. That's what's actually causing them to, that's how they soothe. So it could be a growth spurt. It could be teething. It could, if the baby truly does have an ear infection, it could be pain that's causing the baby to want to get some pain relief and soothe by sucking. It's helping. I would go with it. Because if it is a cluster feed because of growth spurt, what the baby's actually doing is helping to increase your supply, regulate you to the quantities that your baby actually needs. So I would go with the cluster feedings. I would let the baby continue to eat. If the baby's teething, if the baby is uncomfortable with an ear infection or teething, then sucking and cluster feeding is actually going to help anyway. So I would just go with it. I know that you're tired. What I would do is get in bed with the baby and nurse there. So you can at least lay down a little bit, lay the baby next to you, and just let the baby go to town. These things pass. The thing that you need to keep in mind is that this stuff doesn't last forever. The way a growth spurt doesn't last forever. Babies' teeth, they go through growth spurts. They go through illnesses. And those babies, they need to eat frequently during that time. So I know that it's exhausting, but you don't want to hold the baby off or delay the feedings. It's not the answer right now. So I wish I could give you better answers like, oh, this is the way you get more sleep. But honestly, with a breastfed baby, it's not usually the answer. It's not really my goal is to, although I want to make you more comfortable, although I would love for you to get more sleep, I know that the best help I can give you is to help you succeed in getting through these months, realizing that you're not alone, realizing that it's normal, and being able to have success with breastfeeding and let your baby get what it needs. Sleep is not always part of that equation, unfortunately, but it will pass. As most of you know, if this is not your first baby, you know that eventually they do start sleeping. Eventually they do grow. Eventually they do get past that newborn stage, and it doesn't stay like this forever. But it's just not good advice for me to tell you, try to get the baby to sleep longer or try to get the baby to go longer stretches when that's obviously not what they're needing. So there you go. That's my best advice. And it comes to you with much love, much love and much compassion and empathy for what you're going through. So hearts for Ruth, hearts for Ruth. She's struggling over there and we want to give her lots of love. Lots of love. Michelle's late. Okay. Well, you're here now, like you said. Good. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here, Michelle. Okay. Lots of love for Ruth. Lots of hearts for Ruth. Hearts, 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 hearts. She needs them. She needs them. It's so hard in the beginning. It is so hard. Yay. Wonderful. Okay, good. Next question. This one came from Michelle. Oh, Michelle. You came just in time. I'm just about to answer your question. How funny is that? And I actually saw you said you were late. Okay, Michelle, gonna answer your question right now. Now that you're here, I waited for you. See, we were waiting for you to show up. I'm starting to get a stuffy nose and a little congested. I want to take a decongestant, but I read that it can decrease your milk supply. Is that true? Is there something that will help relieve my symptoms but still be effective and safe to use while breastfeeding? Okay, so first of all, I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. And yes, what you have read about taking decongestants, that is absolutely true. It can dry up your milk. Now, that doesn't mean everybody who takes a decongestant one time or two times that you're going to dry up your milk, but it's a possibility, okay? Just the way it dries your nasal passages up, it can dry up your milk too. So if you are struggling with supply at all, I would say that's out. I would not do that. And if you're concerned about it, then I would avoid that as well too. But there are other things that you can do. Like first of all, you know, the main basic stuff, resting, drinking, staying hydrated. Hot baths can help to relieve some of the congestion. Using a humidifier in your room, that's a great one, especially in the winter time right now. The dry heat can sometimes cause you to be congested, so a humidifier can really make a difference. There's nasal sprays, like saline nasal sprays that you can use to help with the congestion. And there's also homeopathic remedies like aconite. Okay, so when you're feeling congested or you're starting to feel sick, there's a remedy called aconite that you can take that can help to prevent you from getting sick in the first place if you're starting to feel those first signs of a cold. Galit's offering steam your face twice a day. Absolutely. So a nice steam, that means take a big hot fill up a tub with hot water and put even a few drops of essential oils into it, and then like eucalyptus or sage, put it into the water and throw a towel over your head and just breathe in the steam. So steam bath to your face, okay? You take in some nice deep breaths. You do that for about 5 minutes, maybe 2-3 times a day. That will definitely help to clear out the congestion. It'll help at least. And those are all good things, you know, taking vitamin C, taking garlic, all the natural ways to, echinacea is safe with breastfeeding too. So all those things can help to, with a cold or cold symptoms. And again, decongestants are not the best thing because it can affect your supply, but it doesn't mean that it will happen with everybody. Okay. You're doing hot showers and you do some essential oils, which have been helping. Excellent. Okay. So right there, those are the things to do. And then, you know, the vitamin C, the garlic, the hydration, all those things, and lots of rest. That means, you know, really taking it easy. The main thing is to get better quickly. Okay. So do these like things to make it feel a little bit better while you're experiencing it, but then see how you can try to heal yourself by getting over the cold quicker. All right. And keep on nursing. Keep on nursing through it, because we all know that nursing through illness is extremely important. It will pass all of the antibodies to whatever virus you are carrying around right now, is going right through your breast milk, right to your baby. And that is keeping your baby from getting sick as well. Or if they do get sick, they don't get as ill because they're getting antibodies from you, because that's the genius of our bodies. Okay. The genius human body that knows how to do that. All right. So hearts for Michelle, and we hope you feel better and you have great timing. I'm glad you can write me copy again. See, my mouth doesn't line with my words. Okay, there we are. So hearts, hearts for Michelle. Hearts for Michelle. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. Now I'm going to take a sip here. This is not wine, okay? This is not wine. It looks like wine because I tried to pretend that I'm drinking wine, but it's not actually wine. It's my drink. It's the Bai drink. I love these drinks, okay? This is the mango flavor, and it makes me feel all happy and like special to drink it in a wine glass, so I do it. Yeah, maybe. But does anybody else drink these? I love these. I can't drink a lot of them. I drink them once in a while as like a special treat. But you got to try them in a wine glass. It makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. I don't know why. Just really like it like that. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to the next question. What can we answer here? This, what? Yeah, let's talk about the prize. Good thinking, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about Lullaby Earth for a minute. Okay, so Lullaby Earth is a company that makes very healthy, breathable, safe, and wonderful crib mattresses, okay, for baby. And what they make is this mattress called the Lullaby Earth Breeze mattress. And the Breeze mattress is this fantastic mattress made without any harmful chemicals. It's made without PVC. It's made without flame retardants. It's totally safe for your baby, so it's not off-gassing any chemicals that they're breathing in. And it's also waterproof, completely waterproof, which is amazing, so that if your baby pees on the mattress, there's nothing going into it, so that's great too. It's got nice, strong, firm edges so that it's not sinking down when the baby's standing in the corners. It's very, very good. And they make this cover that goes over it. It's called the Breeze cover, and I have one right here with me. I'm going to show it to you. And a lot of you guys have seen this before, so you have not. But this is actually the cover that goes over the waterproof mattress. Now, this cover can go over any mattress, all right? But the thing about this is that this cover itself is waterproof, and the Breeze, why it's called a Breeze, is because it's breathable, okay? So it's breathability is what they actually have with this cover. And I don't know if you could see it. I'm going to hold it really close, but see the little holes here? This creates a layer of air between the mattress and like an air cushion between the mattress and your baby. And what it does is it allows for more breathability. It allows for more airflow. It keeps the baby cool. So if you have a sweaty baby, okay, this is going to help with your sweaty baby. It keeps your baby cooler. And that's one of the things that you really want with a baby. I mean, for SIDS prevention, you don't want them overheating. It keeps them more comfortable when they're not overheated so that they sleep better. Everybody sleeps better when they're cooler, okay? So this allows for that air circulation, which is fantastic, less sweating. Who has a sweaty baby? All right, I want to see. Who has got a sweaty baby? Anybody have a sweaty baby out there? I know you do. My babies are still sweaty. The kids still sweat. What is it with these sweaty kids? Do you have a sweaty baby? Because this will really help. These things are completely machine washable. They're totally waterproof. So this inner part here is completely waterproof. So it keeps yes. Everybody's got these sweaty babies, right? It keeps the mattress. If you do have a mattress that's not waterproof, this will waterproof your mattress as well. Okay. This is actually used without a sheet. This is the sheet. So the baby's sleeping right on here, no sheet. Okay. Otherwise, it defeats the whole purpose. So this becomes your sheet. They come in 5 different colors. This happens to be the green, but they're kind of like. It's green, but it's like this light green through the white, okay? So they come in, I think, pink, blue, green, gray, and white, okay? All white. Yes, it's soft. It's definitely soft. But what it does is it goes right over your mattress. It creates that breathable layer and a waterproof layer. They're completely made in the United States. Love, love, love these. And tonight we are giving away one of the Lullaby Earth Breeze covers, okay? So these are the mattress pads here, and someone's going to win one. Who wants to win a Breeze pad? Tell me right now. Who wants to win a Breeze pad? Because I want to hear from you, all right? Tell me why you need it. What do you love about it? Do you love the fact that it's breathable? Do you love the fact that it's chemical-free? Do you love the fact that it's waterproof? Do you love the fact that it's washable? Do you love the fact that it's made in the United States? What are the things about it that you love? Tell me tonight. And someone's going to win one of the wonderful Lullaby Earth Breeze mattress pads that you can use right on your mattress, and you'll just have to tell me what color you want. We'll send you whichever one you want. Okay? Excellent. Excellent. Who's happy about that prize? Can we have some hearts for Lullaby Earth? Hearts for Lullaby Earth. Yay, we love them. We've been working with them for such a long time. They are such amazing. It's such an amazing company. We're going to be doing some great stuff this year together, and they just have such a, you know, when people ask me what are the things that you really need to think about when it comes to like organic products, when it comes to about chemicals, do you have to like get everything organic? Do their clothes need to be organic? Does everything for the baby need to be chemical free? And the answer to that is it's ideal, but the truth is that there's not everything is you don't need to focus on all of it. There's a few big things that I would say, if you're going to try to pick out the most important ones, there's 3 important ones that I always tell people are the ones to focus on. Your mattress being one of them. So your crib mattress, you want something that is chemical free. You want something that is not made with flame retardants. You want an organic mattress. It's worth a little bit of extra money. And sometimes it's not even that much more. Lullaby Earth mattresses are not even much more expensive than a regular mattress, but they're safer. They're not off-gassing. And I don't know if you know about that, but the regular mattresses, they off gas, and their babies are breathing in chemicals. So you want to make sure those are organic. That matters. It's not something that you can actually wash. Anything that you can't wash is something that you want to think about. So your mattress is one of them. Your nipple cream is one of them. Okay, lots of people don't think about that. They're using lanolin, they're using all these other things. And we always say organic nipple creams, okay? Like the Earth Mama Angel Baby nipple butters, organic, pesticide free, chemical free. It's GMO free. That's just the free everything, okay? And you want that because your baby's mouth is going on it, as well as the creams that you put on your baby. So lotions, okay? Lotions, body washes, baby oils, all those things that you put on your baby's skin, super important to make sure that that's all chemical free as well. Your baby's skin is very, very porous, more porous than our skins. That means the weave of their skin is more porous. So whatever you put on their body is actually going through their skin and absorbing into their system. That's the reason why when you can use medication that you put on as patches, okay? You think about that. You put something on your skin, it actually absorbs through your skin into your bloodstream. So when you start putting some of these chemical, creams and lotions on your baby, that's going into them, and they're small. They've got small bodies, and that can really overload them. So you really want to make sure that you're putting chemical-free, organic lotions and creams on your baby. Okay, so that's the other thing. And then I think the third thing, there's actually 4. The fourth thing is your diapers. Okay, I am a huge advocate for cloth diapers. Anybody cloth diapering? Anybody out there right now watching? Also a big advocate for cloth diapers, because that's something that I absolutely love. I'm such a big advocate of. I did not do it with my children. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, I did not do it because they just didn't have what they have now. And I was not informed the way that I am now. But since then, I have made up for the fact that I did not do it by teaching a lot of people and encouraging them to do it. Yes, you guys all cloth diaper. Fantastic. Okay. I wish that I had done it, but it is such an important thing. There are so many chemicals in the disposable diapers. You're putting that on your baby's skin and against their body 24 hours a day for many years at a time. It's the thing that comes in the closest contact with their skin for the longest period of time. So I recommend very much cloth diapering. If you can do it 100% of the time, I would do it all the time. If you cannot, then even if you do it, even when you're home, when they're asleep at night, even if you use disposables when you go out, you're reducing their exposure by hours and maybe by 50%. So anything that you can do is better than nothing. And it's one of the classes I teach as an an online class too. It's the cloth diapering class. Joe's going to give away 2 classes tonight. So if cloth diapering is something that you've been thinking about, you want to learn more, it's an awesome class. Lots and lots of babies. We're showing all different things about cloth diapering, the ways to change them, different body shapes, different types of diapers, the washing procedure, all of it. It's so easy. It really is so easy, but it is so worth it. And it's going to save you a ton of money too. And it's great for the planet. So, I mean, there's just win-win-win all the way around. So there's my speech on what I like organic and what I think is important when it comes to the health of your baby. Yes, and they are super cute, right? They're so cute. So if you want to watch a cloth diapering class, you can do that. You can say cloth diapering, cloth diapering. Let's get some hearts for that. Hearts for Lullaby Earth, and we thank them for their prize tonight. And you let me know which classes you'd like to win, and tonight we are going to give away 2 classes. And remember, if you win one of the classes and you watch the class, now you have to watch it, okay? If you watch the class, then you can come into our private group as well. So then you're invited into our group. So you can either watch it. If you don't win it, then you can purchase it. Is there still a coupon code for the classes going on? I believe so, right? We got 25% off. We extended it, so 25% off on all the classes. I think code is holiday 25.
I set it up automatically.
Oh, it's automatically? Joe made it easy for you. You just have to go on and order. It's 25% off. We're doing that for the holidays, okay? So any of the classes are 25% off, and you've got entry into the private group, so you can party with all of us all the time. Look at all that love. Look at all that love. I'm feeling so happy tonight. This is my last Q&A of the year. I'm going to be boarding my ship tomorrow. Oh my God. Luckily, we figured it out. Otherwise, I would have been a very sad person tomorrow when I did figure it out. So I have to go pack right now, and Joe has to go pack, and I got to go see what the girls are doing upstairs and make sure we're still doing laundry. My clothes are still wet. I thought I had another day, but I don't, but that's okay. I'll take it. You know, there's worse things than going on vacation a day early, I would say. So I'm going to say goodbye to all of you. I will have some access, so I will be checking in on my Facebook page. I'm never fully gone. Unfortunately, that just doesn't happen, but we will not, we'll pull it together. Yes, thank you, Rachel. I will pull this together. Believe me, I'm just grateful that we figured it out before the ship took off without us. Thank you very much. Yes, we're going to have a good time. It's nice to spend time with the family. And what a wonderful thing to be able to go for Christmas and just be the 4 of us and spend time with the girls. They're getting they're getting older, and we just thought, probably another year or 2, and then they're not going to want to come with us. So if there's ever a time to do it, we need to do it now. And I think we were right. So happy holidays to all of you. I'll be checking in, but if I don't talk to you between now and the holidays, we've got Hanukkah coming up on Saturday. We've got Christmas on Sunday. I love all of you very much, and I'm sending you all wishes for a beautiful holiday with your family. I'll be thinking about all of you and spending time with mine. I will talk to you all soon. Good night, everyone. I love you. Lots of kisses, lots of hearts. I'll see you soon. Happy holidays. Bye.